This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. Whether you're looking for that last card to complete your online deck or just to get the latest booster packs in town, they literally have everything. You can use the coupon code ZAPDOSTCG to get 5% off your next order. Also, this video is sponsored by Cardmarket.com. Cardmarket is a European platform where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every single day, and you can use the referral name ZAPDOSTCG to help support the channel. This video is also sponsored by YourPlaymat.com. This is a website to create your own custom playmat from scratch. You can upload your own unique design or your favorite wallpaper and then turn it into a beautiful playmat. There's a link down below to get 10% off your next order. Last but certainly not least is DragonShield.com. There are links down below for people from the US and people from Europe where you're going to be able to buy sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. And of course, Dragon Shield is the best brand to protect your beautiful cards. I recommend them for every tournament, so definitely check out the links, and it's gonna help out support the channel so much. So thanks for sticking around with the commercials, and let's get this video started already. Peace. Have you heard about the Sky Seal Stone? Yeah. Extra prize cards, your mind is blown. I don't care which cards were shown, we'll cover the best ones. You should know it's time for some new motivation. Yes. We're finally getting that brand new Zacian Intrepid, that Evolve, it's grayed down. Welcome to the new year, we're done waiting. Yeah. Check out that Radiant Eternatus. VMAX is on turn 1, that's just ridiculous. That's right. I think the creative people will go nuts, their will of duns out. It doesn't take a lot, the gorgeous Trainer Galary Art will hit people's wallet real hard. Here comes Crown Zenith and the new Zard, and the hyped up level will be up the charts. Yeah, Crown Zenith, the top 10 best cards. Hit that like button, let's go! Sup YouTube, it's ZAPDOSTCG here, and welcome back to our TCG video on my channel. On this channel you get daily Pokemon TCG uploads, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And if you like what you see, you know what to do. Hitting that like button definitely helps out the channel a lot, and I always appreciate it. So with that being said, Crown Zenith are gonna be the upcoming mini set, very similar to Shining Fates or Hidden Legends and all that. Like, not Hidden Legends, I suppose it was like Shining Fates, Shining Legends, those kind of like mini sets that come between main sets. And today we're going to be seeing here on the 20th of January will be the release date of Crown Zenith, so you're going to be able to get your hands on these cards in about 2 weeks time, which is awesome because this set actually comes back with a whole lot of stuff that people will like. First of all, it comes back with new cards. We're going to be talking about the top 10 best cards in this video, as you might all know. But on the other hand, there's also a Galarian subset. So with that being said, there's going to be the Galarian Gallery. And these cards will be very sought after cards. These are going to be reprint cards of cards we already have in our current standard format. And they look super gorgeous. The artworks are just so incredible that people, collectors all over the world, will try to collect the master set of Crown Zenith. If you're not a collector, it's still going to be a great set because a lot of staple cards, like for instance Manaphy with the bench protection here, is also available in a set like this. So you can just open a ton of packs and you're going to be enjoying the artwork so much. There's going to be over 160 cards in here. I'm just going to go over a couple of the alternate artworks here. These are like cards we already have in our current format. So you do see the Mew here as well here with the Mew from Celebration. So there's a Lunatone, who remembers Lunatone Solrock, there's Deoxys, and all of these beautiful artworks. Look at this Comfy. So you still don't have a full place of Comfies or any card you want. This is going to be fantastic in a set like this. But I'm not going to be talking about the Galar subset, but the artworks look so incredible. I just want to purchase the set for that purpose alone, because look at that. Who doesn't want to be playing with this awesome Luminion V, right? So on top of that, there's also look at this Drapion as an alt art. So all of these alt art Galarian arts will be of course available. And look at this Arceus VSTAR. That's just so it looks very legendary on this artworks for sure. Same goes for like Palkia VSTAR. So all of the best Pokemon and artworks, you're going to be able to get those in the Crown Zenith set. Today, we're going to be talking about the top 10 best cards in the set. And this is going to be the competitive wise. top 10 best cards, and if you don't agree with me, that could be perfectly fine. There's not going to be a whole lot of competitive cards in here, a huge amount of reprints, that's for sure, but if your opinion is different, let me know what your personal top 10 best cards of Crown Zenith is down below in the comments section, and let's just get a discussion started on why you personally think a card should be on the list and why there could be a better one replaced by the cards I have on the list. So there's also going to be other reprints, very great for competitive players, like there's Ultra Ball as a reprint. There is a tracking shoe. There's some switch cards in here, but we're not going to be talking about all these reprints. All the reprints have been disregarded. We're going to be mainly talking about the new competitive cards that we don't have access to quite yet. So with that being said, without further ado, let's just get it started already. Let's talk about number 10, and we're going to go all the way to the Lightning Pokemon. We're getting some new Radiant Pokemon. So as we see here, Radiant Charjabug. It's a little bit lower down here. Let's just see here if I can make it a little bit bigger. Here he is, Radiant Charjabug. So we do get like a couple of Radiants in here. The first one on the list, Radiant Charjabug. Whenever any player attaches an energy card from their hand to one of their Pokemon V, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. This could help out with specific numbers. Let's say you are playing, for instance, a Zacian V, and you're only slapping 260 because of the choice belt equipped and stuff, and you're like 2 damage counters short. Well, this Radiant Charjabug could help you out. If the opponent just attaches an energy from their hand to their Pokemon, poof, it gets 2 damage counters. And this also works for cards like Melanie or Gardenia, by the way. So very cool looking. There's also a basic Pokemon. I know the Radiant Pokemon can be evolution Pokemon, but they're basic in the game. So you just slap it down on your bench, and then the opponent gets damage whenever they attach an energy. Is it better than Greninja or the Charizard, like the most popular Pokemon we already have as our Radiant Pokemon? Because Radiant Pokemon are only a one-off in your entire deck. So is it better? Probably not, but in specific decks, it might help some numbers. Moving forward, we're going to be talking about Zacian. There is, of course, a basic Zacian that is going to be printed in this set. It looks like this, and it actually states 20 damage plus 10 more for every one of your benched Pokemon. So if you can, I think it's a bench Pokemon. Let me just check if I'm correct. Here it is. I don't want to give any false information, but I do think the last time I checked is that Zacian is going to be the one that if you have 10 more damage for every one of your Pokemon on the bench. So let's check out PokeBeach, the best website to check that out. So we have Zacian, and it does state 10 more damage for each of your bench Pokemon. Also, the damage isn't affected by any weakness or any other effects on the opponent's active Pokemon. So it isn't affected, very similar to like the Zapdos from Team Up, or maybe even more recent, the Hoopa from Darkness Ablaze. It's a high amount of damage for just 1 energy. So on the total amount, if you are playing 5 Pokemon on your bench, you're going to be able to slap a whopping 70 damage, easy as pie for 1 energy. And that is enough to knock out weak HP Pokemon, for instance, Sobble, Bidoof, the Comfy, more importantly. So you're going to be able to take cheeky prize cards with that Zacian. And that's why it stands here on the number 9 spot. Its second attack just slaps 100 damage. Not going to be the most impactful attack, but the first attack is definitely great to take some cheeky prize cards on weak HP Pokemon. Moving forward, number 8 is going to be Zamazenta VSTAR. Look at this VSTAR. We finally have our hands on the Zamazenta VSTAR, and it is coming back with that Star Shield ability. During your opponent's next turn, all of your Pokemon take 100 less damage from your opponent's Pokemon's attacks. So you can just put up the shield, and out of nowhere, specific Pokemon might survive some hits. I know there's a lot of like V-Star powers that are better. Think about like the Star Birth, or think about the Summoning Star. Like there's way better V-Star powers out there. But this could actually be helpful, and maybe you're already playing a Zamazenta defensive deck, but the problem is that Zamazenta only is unaffected by Pokemon VMAXs. VMAXs don't see that much play anymore, so that's why it is an interesting ability for sure. It could work like if you have this, you can have like an insane amount of reduction. Imagine this combined. Maybe you're playing a Lost Zone box deck. You're playing splashing in the Zamazenta since you're already playing metal type energies, and then out of nowhere you can play that Fantina supporter card, and out of nowhere you have like so much reduction. I know I'm just going off track a little bit, but this card It belongs here on the number 8 spot. Might see play. We still have that Zamazenta V, which I think it's the one from Brilliant Stars or the set after that. That's actually doing more damage depending on how many prize cards the opponent has taken. So Zamazenta is not too bad, I would say. So belonging here on the number 8 spot. Number 7 goes all the way to the one and only Regigigas VSTAR. And Regigigas VSTAR, you might not know about it, so let's just talk about it right now. It is slapping 230 damage, and you cannot attack during your next turn. But who cares about that, right? You can just play Escape Rope, a Switch card. You can, there's even Bird Keeper still in the format. So there's ways around this. And 230 with Choice Belt does get 260. Still not quite the number quite yet, but as mentioned, there are ways you can do it. Galarian Zigzagoon Scoop Up Net could be a way. You could be running the Radiant Charjabug. I don't know if it's going to be the perfect partner for it, but you could be getting some damage done. And 300 HP on a V-Star is kind of ridiculous. Let's be honest, the V-Stars, this V-Star is starting to look like a V-Max for me because Mew V-Max has 310 HP, and this is a V-Star, a 2-prize Pokemon only giving up 2 prize cards, and it has 300 HP. Also, it comes packed with a very unique V-Star ability. If the opponent has exactly 1 prize card remaining, you can put one of your opponent's Pokemon in play and discard it. I think that was the way it was shown here. We don't have the English scan, so we're going to go back again to this side, and we're going to be going for Regigigas, if I can find it correctly. So let's see here. Regigigas, that's the one we want to be seeing. Regigigas VSTAR. Let's see here, highlighted. Yes, over here, you can use this ability only if the opponent has exactly 1 prize card remaining, and then discard one of your opponent's benched Pokemon and all cards attached to it. So, I was right on that part, so you can only use it if the opponent has 1 prize card remaining, which they could definitely play around. But imagine you discard your opponent's only attacker, and actually just you discard their backup attacker and just knock out their main attacker. At one point, the opponent will not be able to come back from that one. Imagine you discard an Archeops or maybe a Bibarel and then combine it with a Roxanne. This ability could actually be so strong in the late game you have no idea. But it only works if the opponent has exactly 1 prize card remaining. So maybe we have to get this out with something like a Torton, otherwise the opponent will see it coming from miles away. I could see Torton, Evolve, Roxanne, discard their support Pokemon or their backup attacker and knock out their active, and it's going to be super disruptive. So I really want to be playtesting a little bit with Regigigas VSTAR. I think it does have some hidden potential, untapped potential, I would say, because you could set it up with, of course, Raihan Double Turbo Energy. You can set it up with Mirage Gate. You can do all sorts of things with Regigigas VSTAR. So, and 230 damage is definitely not bad. Also coming back with 300 HP and being able to, of course, play Powerful Chorus Energy before rotation. We'll crack this up. Let's go. Powerful Chorus Energy Choice Belt. We're already there, right? Now we had the magical number of 280, and if you're worried about the fighting weakness, we of course have Dunsparce, which is not rotating because it's from Fusion Strike. So big tanky Regigigas VSTAR here on the number 7 spot. I still haven't found a way to make a perfect deck with it, so that's why it's only on the number 7 spot. The next card though is going to be very hilarious. People might not love that I'm putting it so high up over here, but Bidoof here with a 1 retreat cost and having the ability that cannot get damaged if it's on the bench. That's right, Bidoof, 60 HP, I know it's a 1 HP less, but it is protected from snipe damage. How important is that? So no Radiant Greninja is going to touch you whatsoever. This Bidoof will be the staple Bidoof if you're playing a 2-2 line of Bibarel post-rotation. Bibarel doesn't see a lot of play as of late because people are grabbing towards other engines like Genesect, Comfy, etc. But Bibarel will still be around post-rotation with Arceus, and this is going to be an upgrade to the Bidoof, and that's why I'm putting it here on the number 6 spot, because bench protection is really important. Definitely in a format full of sniping, like amazing rare Raikou, etc. But after rotation, those amazing rare Pokemon goes away, but the Greninja still around, and that's going to be, protection. Protection from snipes is great. Moving forward, number 5 is the Zacian VSTAR. Okay, what can we say about Zacian VSTAR? Before rotation, it will have a period in time where it's actually pretty good. You can, of course, play the Zacian V from the Sword and Shield base set, and that's going to allow you to Intrepid Sword going, if you're going first, Intrepid Sword already accelerates some energies. And the cool thing is, his first attack, the damage output isn't affected by weakness or resistance or any other effects. So with this, you can slap through a Miltank, which is super great. In the past, Zacian just auto losses against Miltank, but now, maybe people will grab towards Zacian once again in its last couple of months before rotation, because Intrepid Sword is great, 230 is great to knock out basic Vs, and if you go into the V-Star, you can slap 310 damage with the Star Sword, which allow you with Choice Belt to knock out anything in existence. 340, even knocks out the big Eternatus VMAX. So yeah, taking easy prize cards. We still have Metal Saucer, so let's go. Turbozation, Turbozation, who's in? We're gonna test it out once again, because now we can transform those Intrepid Sword Zacians all the way into the V-Star, which gives them more HP, which is definitely gonna be helpful for sure. Is it gonna be perfect? Who knows? But yeah, it only can utilize the Star Sword one time. But if you're playing something like Echoing Horn and knock out basic V Pokemon, maybe Zacian finds its place once again in the metagame. And that's why I'm putting it here on the number 5th spot. Number 4 is going to be Rotom VSTAR. We've been waiting it for ages. It's been in Japan for almost like 2 months, if I'm not mistaken. And the thing here is that it also did pretty well in a championship during its it actually got top 8 at the Champions League, if I'm not mistaken. So Rotom VSTAR utilizing Scrap Pulls, just like it's a Rotom V. We already have Rotom V, by the way. Comes back with that semi-intrepid sword as well, drawing cards and ending your turn. So Scrap Pulls, 80 damage, put any number of Pokemon tool cards from your discard pile into the Lost Zone. This attack does 40 more damage for every card you put in the Lost Zone in that way. So pretty much, if you're slapping 80 damage and you're already putting 2 of them in the Lost Zone, you're already slapping 160 damage, and that is enough if you're hitting weakness on Lugia to KO it. So getting a lot of tool cards in the discard pile is easy because of the Conversion Star ability. During your turn, you may use this ability and then discard any number of cards from your hand, then draw that many cards. So what you can do is, of course, use the ability of the Rotom V, draw some cards early on, utilize maybe an attach of turn, Speed Lightning, whatever. You can also go for the Raihan to set Rotom VSTAR up back to back. So you're going to be able to almost one-hit KO anything in existence if you can get enough tool cards in your discard pile. And some cool tool cards could be like Lucky Egg. You could be playing like the Tower of Darkness engine and discard some of the scrolls that are around to have, of course, synergy to put them in the discard pile, drawing more cards. So Rotom VSTAR, it is a deck that we're going to be checking out on the channel once Crown Zenith finally releases. And now, the top 3, the moment you've all been waiting for. Who do I put as the top 3 best cards from this mini set? I'll be putting the Zamazenta, the regular Zamazenta, on the number 3 spot. There's a good reason for that. I don't know if you guys know what Zamazenta does, so let me just scroll down a little bit so I don't give misinformation. Look at all these beautiful artworks. That's just so crazy. All right, set highlights. Let's go here. And we're going to go all the way down. And then we see that the Zamazenta has the Metal Shield ability. If this Pokemon has any energies attached, it takes 30 less damage. That's actually pretty great because against decks like Lost Zone Box, this could be like a tank that cannot instantly KO, which is hilarious. Other Pokemon might not even hit the numbers. Yeah, being pretty tanky is nice. Typically, it's like a 160 HP Pokemon once you get it out. But its Retaliate attack is where it's at. 100 damage, and if any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from your opponent's attack during their last turn, so pretty much the same effect like our Raihan, you're actually slapping 120 damage more. So 220 damage. Not only do you knock out basic V Pokemon that have not evolved, which is great for the price grade, you can knock out Crobats, Luminions, you can even, with a Choice Belt, hit up to 250, with some Galarian Zigzagoon Scoop Up Net, you can get some ridiculous numbers for sure. And since this deck will probably be not paired with like Metal Saucer, but more importantly, will be running with the Lost Zone box. I've seen a lot of Japanese lists were getting rid of their Snorlaxes and adding in this card instead because you're already playing Metal Energies because of Amazing Rare Raikou. You could be pairing this in your deck, and this is a very strong 220 is a lot. Just let me know how you feel about Zamazenta, but personally I would say you slap with a Cramorant 110 and then finish off with the 220 and you KO VMAXs. That's the main purpose here. You're going to be up trading a very strong card. I'm putting it on the number 3 spot, but there's still 2 more cards that are better than this one. Can you guess it? Let's go all the way down to the trainer cards. I know there's a couple of reprints. Crushing Hammer. You don't love to see it, but it's here. It is here. But I'm going to be talking about, here it is, It is the Sky Seal Stone. So, Sky Seal Stone is a very interesting tool card, very similar to the Forest Seal Stone or the Earth Seal Stone, and it allows you that your basic V Pokemon, if they knock out a VMAX or V-Star, during that turn, you can take an additional prize card. We are back to ADP terms, ladies and gentlemen. If a Drapion V knocks out a Mew VMAX with this tool card attached, you're taking 4 prize cards. Oh, I know. That's so bonkers. These Seal Stones, like the Forest Seal Stone was personally my favorite, but now this changes a lot of things. Like, it only works for basic V Pokemon. So maybe I'm thinking about what are some basic V Pokemon that can still attack? Zacian? Zacian can knock something out for 3 prize cards, like a Crobat knocking it out. Thinking about Raikou knocking out... Now, the Crobat would not work because you can only knock out V-Star and V-Max Pokemon. So it's going to be somewhere in the mid to late game when they already evolved. So thinking about Raikou with this Sky Seal Stone attached, you can knock out a Lugia, knock out a Palkia, take an additional prize card. Drapion knocking out a Mew VMAX, take an additional prize card. What else? Are there any other V Pokemon that see play as of late in the current format? I would say maybe a random Starmie that can come out of nowhere because the opponent is not careful with their energy attachment. A Galarian Zapdos V can knock out an Arceus VSTAR with this attached, take 3 prize cards. There's so many things possible. I have to recheck out the current format to know how we're going to be utilizing this to the max, but it's so much fun to have this. You can also, with Cramomatic, you can search it out. You can find this with Irida. You could find it with Shady Dealings. You can find it with Raihan. You could get it with... There's so many things you can grab it with. Like, it's going to be very fantastic to test it out. Hopefully you guys agree on the opinion on the Sky Seal Stone. Then the last card of the bunch. Which one could it be? It is another Radiant Pokemon. Can you guess it already? It is Eternatus, Radiant Eternatus. I did see the Japanese Champions League, and I did see this seeing use with the Rotom VMAX and Flying Pikachu VMAX. But let me just enlighten you. If you slap it down on your bench, you can search your deck for 2 VMAX Pokemon, put them on your bench, and your turn ends. Wow. If you go first, you cannot even attack, which is not bad because you can instantly get out VMAXs. So think about, oh, I'm playing Shadow Rider. Let's go. Quick Ball, Eternatus, boom. Yeah, I already have 2 Shadow Rider VMAXs, which are very bulky. They're tanky. They can take a hit. They're not going to go down easily. Same goes, I'm going to get out 2 Duraludon. In the past, we utilize stuff like Arceus to, of course, set up on Duraludons. Maybe you could be playing Radiant Eternatus on top of Raihan and manual attachments. Just slap it down, 2 VMAXs emerge from the deck, to say the least. So this Eternatus will be super funky. I'm just going to check real quick if it is actually from the deck. So search your deck for 2 VMAXs on the bench. It's insane. So there's a lot of VMAXs in the format that it can be paired with. Personally, I'm thinking about Shadow Rider, Duraludon VMAX, also a solid option because they have the Skyscraper ability. You can get out Flying Pikachu VMAXs and then a Raihan and Double Turbo to start going for the Max Balloon. Maybe you can get out a Rayquaza VMAX to start digging through the deck with its ability. Rayquaza VMAX hasn't seen a lot of play, but any VMAX now has an opportunity to shine once again. I know your turn ends, but basic V Pokemon in play pretty much don't do anything. So yeah, it's not a bad choice. Just Quick Ball, get it out on turn 1 and get your VMAX set up and then start swinging from there. A couple of Raihans, I definitely see it working out. I already saw it working out in Japan, so putting it here on the #1 spot. So hopefully you enjoyed this video of the run through of the top 10 best most competitive cards from Crown Zenith. Look at this beautiful set. Not a lot of crazy busted competitive cards to say the least. Definitely a lot of cards that I want to test out on the channel, but look at the Trainer Gallery artworks. Look at the Solrock. Oh, look at the Solrock. How you cannot love the Solrock with the Volbeat and Illumise in the background. Such an incredible set to just witness the beautiful artwork. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Helps out in many ways. I always appreciate it, and took a lot of time and effort into creating this video, so it will be a lot. I would appreciate it a ton. Go check out our sponsors, PokemonStore.com, the best place for TCGO code cards. you can use the coupon code ZapDoseTCG for a whopping 5% of your order. There is cardmarket.com for European players. You can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. They will have Crown Zenith up on stock very shortly, so definitely check it out. There is Dragon Shields for people from the US and Europe to, of course, protect your cards. They are the best brand. You can have sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. I personally always use Dragon Shield. You guys should check it out as well. Links down below. And last but not least, if you want to create your own custom playmat, want to upload your favorite wallpaper or your own unique logo, that is definitely possible. And you can get 10% off right now by clicking the link down below so you can have a playmat for the second half of the season. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG epicness. I'm out. Peace.